ranking every cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine from worst to best, so obviously massive spoilers ahead. In last place, I have Happy Hogan. I can't explain it, but for some reason, this dude just pisses me off every time he's on screen. Like, I like Jon Favreau, but the character Happy Hogan, I do not mess with at all. I would have much rather seen Kevin Feige in this. At number 12, I have Juggernaut, because while I wasn't necessarily excited to see this version of the character again, I did really like the fact that he was important to the movie with them needing his helmet. I thought that was a cool detail, so he wasn't just a cameo, he actually had a purpose in the film. 11 is Hunter B-15 from Loki, kind of a similar situation. I like how she actually has something to do. She's kind of just like an important character in the movie, but as a cameo, I wasn't that excited to see her show up. Number 10 is Pyro. I always felt like I wish he had more to do in any of the X-Men movies, and he never really got that great moment, so I was really happy to see him, and his moment of trying to stand up to Cassandra Nova was great, even though it failed miserably. At number 9, I have Hulk, because I absolutely love that they acknowledged the Wolverine versus Hulk thing, and it was a funny moment in the movie. I just wish it lasted for more than like 1 millisecond, and we got to see at least like 10 seconds of them fighting each other. It would have just been so cool, but it was still a nice scene anyways. That's exactly why Sabretooth is at number 8 for me, because we did actually get to see him and Wolverine fight. It was short-lived, but it was a dope scene nonetheless, and it was just cool to finally see this fight happen. At number 7, I have Jennifer Garner coming back as Elektra. I can't lie, this was the only cameo of the movie I had spoiled for me, because stupidly, like 2 hours before I went to see it, I opened up Twitter, and from some official news account, I saw the words Jennifer Garner, immediately closed the app, but it was already too late, so I was like, oh, she's gonna be in it. I can't lie, it's not like I was jumping out of my seat at seeing Elektra in the movie, but she has a pretty decent role, and I feel like Jennifer Garner was just really happy to be back in this character, and for some reason made me happy to see her, so she's pretty high up on this list. At number 6, I'm doing all the Deadpool cameos in this movie, like Dogpool. Yes, they overplay the joke, but for some reason I was still laughing every time just at the simple joke of this dog just being disgusting. Blake Lively was the voice of Ladypool, which I thought was a really cool detail and cameo, but I love the restraint that the movie showed by not having her like take off the mask and have this big moment with the other Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Speaking of, I really love the super friendly Canadian Ryan Reynolds Deadpool that just doesn't have regenerative healing. The moment of him being used as a body shield was absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest parts of the movie, in my opinion. And maybe I'm just dumb, but I somehow missed the fact that Matthew McConaughey was the cowboy Deadpool in this, but they were just a ton of fun, and I love the whole like a prayer fight scene of all the Deadpools versus each other. It was so cool. At number 5, I have Daphne Keane coming back as X-23 or Laura. I thought this was an amazing cameo that I wish they didn't put in that last trailer. I would have loved to go into this movie blind, and seeing her be like this big reveal, it would have been so cool, but it was still a great moment nonetheless, and she does have a really solid moment with Logan in this film. I just kind of wish she was a bigger focus and more of a side character than just a cameo like she is. I also was a really big fan of the fact that she does come back for that dinner at the end, but maybe I missed it. How on earth did she get out of the void if nobody else did? I need someone to explain that to me. At number 4 is Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I had no expectation of seeing this actually happen in the movie, and the reveal was absolutely incredible. My entire theater just burst out into laughter. It was so great of a moment. At number 3, I have Channing Tatum back as Gambit. I love to see this. We know that there was going to be a Gambit movie for many years, and it just never got off the ground, so it was great to get to see him return as this character. Plus the joke about his accent throughout this entire thing, and Deadpool just constantly not even being able to understand what he's saying. It was absolutely hilarious for me, and I love that they played up that bit. Number 2 is the most surprising to me. It's Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade. There was all that talk about, oh, him and Ryan Reynolds actually hate each other. There's no way he's going to be in this, and then to see that he was actually in the movie was an amazing reveal. So great to see the legend back, and the joke about him being the only Blade and Deadpool just looking deadpan into the camera, because obviously they are trying to make another Blade movie and replacing him. It was a great joke. Let me know in the comments what your top 3 favorite cameos from the movie were, but at my number 1, it has to be Chris Evans coming back not as Captain America, but this time coming back as Johnny Storm or the Human Torch. It was an amazing moment in the movie. Getting to see him say flame on was incredible. I was expecting it the whole time, but apparently a lot of people actually thought he was back as Cap, but still the moment just hit for me. Seriously a part of some of the funniest jokes of the entire movie, including that post-credits scene. It was great.